Simon McCulloch and I work in insurance.
So, thank you for agreeing to take part firstly. It's a pleasure to have you on board.
Pleasure.
Firstly, I'd just like to know why you've jumped in a black cab today.
Well, the weather's helped. It's absolutely peeing down with rain, so I thought I'd jump in a cab and get across to my meeting.
Why do you use Hailo, by the way? Because you're a Hailo customer.
Yeah, I've used Hailo loads of times. I find it really handy. I can be just getting off the train, I can Hailo a cab. By the time I come out of the station, it's usually just about there, so it saves queuing in the rain, it misses the kind of queue sometimes you get outside the station.
Yeah.
And I can pay for it on the card and not have to worry about having cash with me. So yeah, it's a good service.
And what's made you choose to go in a black cab and use Hailo as opposed to using the arch enemy, which is Uber?
Well, I've always been happy with black cabs, really. Used them for years. I'm not anti-Uber as such, but I'm just quite happy with the service I get from black cabs and Hailo. So I just creature of habit, I suppose.
Have you used Uber at all?
Yeah, I have. A couple of times I've been in town late at night, and it's sometimes easier to get an Uber than a black cab, after midnight. So I've used Uber then. Pretty good. Yeah, I can't really knock the service. I don't really agree with the surge pricing that much, because you don't really know what it's going to cost.
So if you had to choose between the two, which would you actually normally go for then?
Well, I've probably used cabs hundreds of times, and Uber only maybe 5 or 6. So that kind of says its own story, really. I like using black cabs.
I mean, with the increased competition from Uber, I'm always keen to get a sense from a customer's point of view, if there's anything they think that black cabs could do to actually improve their service and
I think it's your cab's obviously fully set up for Hailo. Looks like you've got touchless payments and a card machine. So you're really handy from a payment point of view. A lot of black cabs you get in, they've got a machine for payments, but it's got a bag over it. I'm not joking. I see more of those than I do ones that are working. A lot of drivers don't use Hailo, so they're going straight past. So I think maybe just kind of keeping up with the times in their own way. Some are good. I'm not saying it's all black cabs, but some of them are stuck slightly in the dark ages. With you have to have cash basically, and I haven't always got cash. So I don't want to have to walk to get to cash out machine. So being able to use Apple Pay or contactless card, or the Hailo app, or even my banking app, any of those would be handy.
I think you're right. We have to offer all these things to be able to compete and to make sure that service we offer is up to scratch.
Yeah.
So
it's about moving with the times, isn't it? I mean, black cabs offer a really good service. The black cab drivers always seem to know where they're going. They know where the traffic hotspots are. They're not relying on sat nav. I think black cabs should be supported by the London authorities. But at the same time, if black cabs can kind of make it easier for themselves, that would be good too.
So tell me a bit more about your job. You said you're in insurance. Which specific part of insurance do you do?
Well, mostly kind of car insurance, but also home insurance, pet insurance, travel, motorcycle, all the kind of personal lines of insurance. People need to insure their vehicles and their homes and everything like that.
Insurance is that's one of the original parts of the kind of financial market, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, I mean, if we wouldn't be able to, or very easily, be able to sit in this cab having this conversation without insurance,
well,
because
exactly.
If something happened, I'd be worried about the risk of that. People wouldn't be able to take chances, would they?
No.
And even if they calculated risks, having a safety net means people can do more.
So I always like to dig a little bit more personally into yourself, if that's possible. So today's question I think I was going to ask really is, what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
It wasn't really advice, just something I heard someone say once, and I've kind of always remembered it, was around trying to not worry about things that you can't influence. So, if there's something going on in your life and you're not happy about it, whether it's a change in the law or the government, or whether it's something in your personal life, if you ask yourself honestly, can I stop that happening or change what's going to happen, and the answer is no, then you just don't spend any time worrying about it. Move on to things you can affect, but you're inside your sphere of influence, and do your best in those areas. So you can get really caught up in stuff if you're not careful, and ultimately you know, you're a passenger or something. So
it's a hard one for people to get their head around, because I think a lot of people spend their whole lives trying to control everything and move in a certain direction, and then it's when those things don't happen that sometimes people find it very difficult to
they feel out of control. And and I probably felt a bit like that when I was younger. I just kind of thought, oh Christ, how do I make everything go my way? And sometimes it just won't. So but if you spend all of your time working on stuff you can affect, you'll get a better result.
Well, look, can I just say thank you very much for chatting to me.
Pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. It's always interesting to find out about different people's jobs, which is, you know, makes my job more interesting. Thanks for watching the Gentleman Cabbie. Click the videos to see more great interviews, and don't forget to subscribe.